everybody. Ooh. Okie dokie. They're in practice. Excuse me, my chest is really hurting today. Whew. We've got Christian Vines is also on the Vines Racing site, which I will put in there. We're on board with Travis. We've got a few new people. Super Dax, Viner, don't know him. Brett, Drew, BTT, I don't know him. Ian, we know Ian. Peter from Poland. Jay, thank you, Jay. Rogelina, we know them. Seb, Moomin. Who else we got on this list? Somebody else I don't know. Our senior. Number 3. TJC Gaming, we know. And Phil, who's in an all-black Aston. So we've got a BMW. The Old Faithful. Thundering V8 Mercedes. Another BM. Another Mercedes. Another BM. Probably they're getting this bouncing, the porpoising. Hi Phil. Oh, sorry I'm late. Oof. So I'm guessing we're in the qualifying stage. Not that there is a qualifying stage in Gran Turismo 7 now. You just have a bit of a practice and then it orders the grid in turn of the fastest. Oh, that is a terrible corner to try and get right and fast, that series over the bridge. If you go too fast. Oh, here we go. Will it let me look backwards? I don't think it will. No, it'll let me go between them. Travis fastest, that's pretty normal. TCC Gaming, pretty quick. I don't know what their times were, however. So here we go. Oh. Arsena got a good start. Moomin got a good start as well. Sam got a superb start. He's just weaving his way like Alonso in his usual sort of charging through the grid, the field in the first couple of laps. Or trying to slipstream or get a good position. This is the track, of course, that we did the specification series on. Somebody's come off and hit things, and so we know the track quite well. I know this track quite well anyway. Oh dear. People not being able to. Also weird glitching with the graphics. Oh, Rogelina and TJC. Oh, that's because he was right up the front. I don't know whether Rogelina pushed him or he just lost it. That S bend is very, very difficult to get right. If you go in too fast, you get a pendulum effect. So TJ's going to be wanting to move back through the field. He's already catching up with Peter from Poland. That's the one of the corners where the front wheel drive Renault DS3, if you didn't get the weight right to the front and the setup right, the back end just come round on you. It's terrible. Let's see how he gets past Peter from Poland. Got the overspeed. Takes the wide line. Peter has to take some avoiding action. It's interesting to see the different lines people take around that corner, whether you take the wide line or whether you take the oh, on the brakes, going underneath Phil, using the curb. You're going to watch this. You can wash wide and there's the tunnel coming up. Peter from Poland's doing a good job of taking those corners. He's got himself alongside Phil. of scratch paint there. Oh, a bit more scratch paint there. In the scream of that glorious V12. Okay, TJC's caught up with the Call Me Jay and Mudgelina. We'll nip to the front soon. I just want to see how he gets around these guys. A bit of action happening here. So, if I remember correctly, this is a 40-minute race. All three abreast going into this corner. Yep. His entry was compromised there, so will he have the speed to get past Mudgelina? He's gone on the brakes. But Mudgelina's quick and canny. He's not letting him just go past. He's got the inside line for the second one. So TJC slips in behind him. Right. But he's still wanting to get past. You can see how the graphics are merging on each other. Very strange. Mudgelina taking the wider line. TJ taking the narrower line. Right, let's go a bit further forward. Super Dax. Some stuff going on ahead. Let's see what line Super Dax takes in this thundering supercharged V8. Well, it's not supercharged, no, it's turbocharged these days. These are turbocharged. Oh dear. A much closer battle here, where the top six are all within sight of each other. But as you can see, Travis is still at the front, and our senior is still in second. Seb, who carved his way through the field cleanly but with a superb start, is still in third. We are used to Travis and Seb. That's DWP Huxtra, Hydra, but with an X for some reason. We're used to him and Travis being very fast in the races we've seen them in. PX47 VK being Travis. Oh, get my breath back now. Look at them all trying to break the slipstream or keep the slipstream, depending which position you're in. So look at these 109s, pretty consistent 109s from Ian. Ian likes this car. I think he likes his circuit as well, though not in that front-wheel drive car. He preferred it in the BM. Ian, along with Richie and a couple of other people, had some harsh words to say about that front-wheel drive car when they joined us in the specification series, Pancake Challenge. Turbocharged straight six of the BMW M6. And look at Moomin up in fourth, challenging Seb. Of course, tyre wear is on. I've not really been looking at what tyres people are on. Let's just nip back. So Ian's on the mediums. Look at that, they're all over the place. And his tyre wear is much less than Drew BTT. Drew. Oh, but he's got the run. He's got the run on Moomin, who's in his McLaren on soft tyres. Both those cars on soft tyres. Moomin will try and come back. Braked a little bit earlier to make sure he can get the corner. A bit more weight around the back of the McLaren, but he got a much better overspeed to get back past Drew. But Drew's got the outside line here. A bit of a mistake. Oh, Seb sliding the car. That F-type getting a bit tail happy slappy sliding. But he got a good speed out of there. He's quick lad. He's a very quick lad. But he's lost a bunch of time there, so he's now down to fifth from third. Moomin up into a podium position. We've had 7 minutes of this race already. Now, I encourage everyone to join me again at 8 o'clock tonight for the Scully Punk charity race. Drew got a bit more speed coming out of there. Seb did not. Let's see how Seb takes these corners. The back end was going on him before. He was getting a bit excited, I think. But his tyres are pretty wrecked. Not so bad there though. There's plenty of fuel left, but his tyres. This is going to be tyre limited, isn't it, on this track? Not fuel limited. How many laps you can do. Let's see it go to someone on mediums. There we go. Mediums in again in the. Oh, Travis has lost the lead. I missed that. He's only just behind, but Travis lost the lead to our senior. Wow, this is something that we're not used to seeing it when Travis is racing. But Chrissy did say that there were some fast drivers joining the series, so we'd get a bit more front action. It's trying to break the toe. Very evenly matched. Let's have a look at these lap times. Phil lost a second in that previous lap to his time 2 laps ago. Let's see what his lap time is this time. Moomin still in third and only a second behind. So depending how the slipstream's set up on this, whether it's strong or real, I think it's real, isn't it? So he's not within slipstream range. You can tell he's falling back now down the straight. But Travis is slowly catching. Definitely got the slipstream here. And of course he's in this marvellous, hugely engined V8 American muscle car. So you got American muscle, though the engine is in fact designed by Lotus originally in the 1990s. The LT5 engine. Obviously it will have been developed and improved since then by General Motors themselves. Up against German V8 muscle. Right, let's go back and see. Moomin has caught. So let's look at the tyres in very similar conditions, but Moomin's actually catching him up. Oh, he's coming into the pits for Moomin. Drew's into the pits. Ian is not into the pits, but he's on the mediums, so his tyres are in better condition. TJC has is still making his way forward. He's ahead of Seb now. So whatever happened in the first lap that caused him to lose all those places, we saw him spin, but we don't know whether that was. Oh, what's going on there? Seb trying to keep the outside line and force TJ to take a tighter line and compromise his entry, but it didn't really work. Battle ahead. Ian has been overtaken by TJ. So TJ's now up into third. Ian goes into the pits. Strange it only lasted. We've only had 12 minutes, so this is a very high wear circuit. Definitely a high wear circuit. A little while, but the GTN spray has actually worked to reduce the pain in my chest and my throat, which is good. Oh, penalty for going over the line. Oh, so easily done. thought he was going to be removing that penalty. Oh! Fight towards the back. So you got Super Dax is in the rear. They call me Jay, trying to get past Pete from Ian? No, he's got... Yeah, Pete from Poland. So they're battling with each other. Oh, look at that, tail out. Lovely drift. I'll give that one a 6. If it went on a bit longer, it would have been a 9. Let's see how they make it round. This, I suppose, getting these corners right is a key to sort of keeping close enough to stay in the slipstream if you want to try and overtake someone on straight. Slipstream is not as powerful in this game as it is in GTS. In GTS you can get enough overspeed to be able to drift past someone if you get it right. Oh, different lines. Peter trying to get up the inside, it didn't work. He lost a bit of time there, but he is within slipstream range. Super Dax is definitely within slipstream range because he's going up the inside of Peter from Poland. Quite a few little battles going on all over throughout the field. Okay, let's go back to the front. Our senior has actually got himself a huge gap now, and he's on mediums. Okay, so his tyres are pretty worn now. However, Travis's tyres are wrecked, but he is 6 seconds behind. Oh, neither of them have come in yet. It's still going on. It looks like they're trying to one-stop this, which, as it's a 40-minute race, means they'll need to get to 20-odd minutes into the race before changing their tyres. How he's keeping that car on the road is amazing, beyond me. Drew is now up into 3rd, so it looks like something's happened, because Phil's up in 4th. Well, these guys have all been in the pits, haven't they? No, sorry, brain. They've all been in the pits, so I am betting that Drew, the top four haven't been in the pits yet. Looking at the state of their tyres. Right, the front two are in the pits. So both of them decided their tyres were too gone. Drew inherits the lead. 109. See the 18, got into the 108s there a couple of laps ago. 107s. Wow, excellent. As his tyres are in pretty good condition. So Drew's been, looks like he's been in the pits and not refueled. It's interesting to get 107s. Yeah, it looks like he's been in the pits and he's just blasting laps out on fresh soft tyres. Okay. So only 8 seconds behind him, however, is our senior. Moomin is only 2 seconds behind him. They've all been in the pits now. Moomin's on medium tyres. Oh, wasn't Moomin on? No, he was on softs. He has been in the pits. Yes. Yeah, 133. Look at the times he's doing. 108s in the 108s. Pretty quick. He seems to be liking that McLaren. He seems to be liking it a lot. Sab is right behind him though. Now on fresh medium tyres as well. Oh, it's the nasty scraping sound of carbon fibre on Armco. We don't like that. Doesn't do your paintwork any good. Now, the thing is, Moomin has filled up. Seb has not. Still likes drifting that back end out, doesn't he, Seb? And Seb is back up into 3rd place. But the battle between him and Moomin is still going on, so this is all evened out nicely. DJ in 5th. So he was doing a great job of battling with them and overtaking them, but then had to have a pit stop. He's filled up, right up. So he can go for a long time, but will the tyres allow him? Muggelina, you haven't really been on board with Muggelina today, have we? So let's... Travis is only 2nd behind him. It's interesting how far back Travis is. He's filled right up. Let's have a look at how much fuel... Okay, so our senior has put a lot less fuel in than... Oh, what's going on here? The battle continues between Seb and Moomin for 3rd place. Moomin gets up the inside, but his exit's compromised because of that. And now Seb's got an overspeed, so they're alongside each other. But can Moomin... Yes, Moomin's managed to just blend in front. Scraping sound. Oh, it's horrible. Will he be able to draft past him? I think he will. I want to say the overspeed is not as great on this. Moomin goes high, then goes down the banking to get extra speed to come out, and then try and repass him with the same kind of slipstream. Goes high again. It just seemed to go faster. I'm not entirely sure, but some people seem to go faster. It's around the outside again. But this time he's not doing it that way because it compromises exit so much. So only 3.8 seconds behind R3, who's still 6.8 seconds behind Drew, who still hasn't come in the pits. He'll need to come in the next lap though, and he's about to lap. Oh, who's just come out? Who's that? They call me Jay. He's just done his pit stop. Excellent. So Drew, who's out of fuel now, will have to pit. We'll just stay on board with him to see, and then we'll probably see our senior inherit the lead. That looks very much like Phil ahead. So we'll have a quick look back to see it is Phil, who is not last. They call me Jay's last because he just had his pit stop. One of those strange situations whereby going forwards I end up seeing the car in front nearly, even though it's at the back. Oh, it's getting the blue flags. Yeah, into the pits, as you can see there. So let's have a look. So full tank and sparkly soft tyres. So one stopping. 21 minutes in, you hit it 20 minutes. Phil's tyres wearing. Oh, nice to hear that V12 scream though. I think it's the only car in the grid that's not a... No, I'm not. No, the BMW's straight sixes. So yeah, at least I think they are. I think they're straight sixes. Twin turbo straight sixes. They might be V8s, but I'm not sure. So Phil looks like he's got enough fuel to get to the end. Drew is filled up medium tyres and he's come out in 9th. So he's one stop in it as well. But he led the race for a while and was going very fast, but now he's got fresh, brand spanking new medium tyres. about 107. The fastest lap, 107.918. Wow. So, Pete from Poland on his medium tyres. He's not going to have enough fuel to get to the end. His tyres aren't wearing, so he will be two-stopping. As you can see on the back of his car there, Make-A-Wish. That is the charity we're representing tonight in the Scally-Punk charity race, which is at Watkins Glen. It's going to be a long one though, starting at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m, and it was it will be going on for hours, three odd hours at least. So I'm going to be knackered, but the drivers are going to be even more knackered. I'll just be talking. Speaking of which, I'll just have a drink. Oh, Ian, bless. Oh, his tyres are absolutely destroyed though. Oh, his tyres are in a mess, aren't they? And that rear right tyre is the one that's under pressure in that corner, so that's why it started to slide. So he's lost a bunch of places. He was doing really well as well. He might actually be deliberately trying to slide now, seeing how many points he can get off of me. Well, that was a bit weird, so we'll say 5.5. 5.5 for those. It was a bit jerky, but that might be GT7 and the weird rendering stuff. So, Peter from Poland. Right, so Seb in to the pits again because he's run out of fuel. Michelina looks like he's one stopped. Has he? Or no, this could be his second stop. Going on to a fresh set of boots. Mediums, so he's definitely used all the different types of tyres because it was on softs before. And he's now back in 7th. So let's go back through the grid. Good from Poland, Make-A-Wish Foundation car. Travis in 4th. Now it looks like, you know, he was right up the front, blah blah blah, and he's lost all this time, but he's a canny fella. These will be his tic tacs. His tic tacs will be to one stop. He will be fuel saving, and he's still doing, as he's doing much slower times because he's fuel saving. He'll have his engine turn right down. He's in 4th now. He's only 16 seconds behind TJC, who's on absolutely wrecked tyres. But he won't be fuel saving. He's doing 2 seconds a lap faster. He's not got the fastest lap, but it's close. Drew's got the fastest. Excuse me. Meanwhile, now that he's been relieved of the pressure of having Seb there, because Seb dived into the pits because he ran out of fuel, this gentleman is in 2nd. Will he be able to get to the end? He won't, probably not on that fuel. He'll have to do a splash and a dash. He'll probably do a splash and a dash and put softs on. They are getting pretty worn. Again, as you can see, the back right tyre more worn than all the others, and the front right tyre more worn than the left, because it is a anti-clockwise circuit with high speed, banked sure, but high speed left hand bends. Well, I like this track actually. I keep forgetting about it. I should go on it more. Meanwhile, at the front, catching up to Phil again after his pit stop, is our senior. Now, he's not got enough fuel to get to the end. This is the top 2. The top 3 have not got enough fuel to get to the end. Travis has. So you can see what Travis is banking on here. Save as much fuel as possible, and then he can turn the wick up if he needs to in the end. Some bizarre reason there were blue flags waving there. Weird. So Phil's in the pits. Lap 11 started. Listen to that V12. He's done the delivery of this car. As you can see, it's got the British roundel for the RAF. It's camouflaged like a Spitfire, and it's got a V12 in it. It's not a Rolls-Royce V12. Oh, that corner's, and it's got fresh tyres on. You can see the red surrounding, and it's got light damage on the front. Wow. You can see. That corner's claimed another victim, so Phil's not at the back again anymore. Fresh, spanking soft tyres, so we'll be able to put some speed down and plenty of fuel to get to the end. Ian, also now nice fresh tyres. Someone's just, they called me Jay, was it? Someone's just got in. No, that was Moomin. Moomin's got in the pits. We saw someone go in. That was Moomin's got in the pits. This promoted TJ up into second. He's still going pretty fast considering the state of his tyres. How's he doing that? He'll take it to the end. To the end of his tank anyway. So Moomin comes out behind Travis. Fresh soft tyres. Half tank of fuel. He'll be going to the end on that. He needs to build up speed because Drew is right behind him. Looks like Drew's tactics are also paying off. But Moomin won't want to relinquish the place, obviously. We'll see how it goes. Drew's still with the fastest lap of the race. So, oh, Travis having a bit of a problem with the Armco bit again there, the concrete barrier. His tyres are wearing, so we'll see whether it's worked out. TJ's in. TJ is in the pits. He will be changing, I'm predicting, to soft tyres, unless he has to go to mediums. He was on mediums, alright, okay. I thought he pitted earlier. Alright. Oh, and Travis is ahead of him as well, so Travis has only got one more person to overtake, and he will be in. He's 28 seconds ahead, and he will be in this lap. He will have to be. He's got no fuel. Let's just watch and check. Now, I've only seen one 3-second penalty before going over the pit line. There you go, he's in. Let's on board with Travis, who is just, actually let's go on board with TJ, who's just behind, so we can see if anything happens and we don't get caught out. TJ's on much newer rubber, and they're both mediums, so it's, but TJ's only put a little bit of fuel in. Oh no, that's gutting. TJ's realised he didn't refuel. Oh my goodness, that's ruined his chance of getting on the podium, I think. Oh man. Right. Travis just, oh, he's approaching his main competitor for the win of this race. He's got the speed. And he's got him. Has he got him? No. No. R3 had the extra grip and went round the outside, which seems to be a good thing to do on that corner. I'll have to remember that. Travis has much more worn tyres though, but they're both fueled to the end. Also, as I predicted, our senior is on softs. And he has a Phil ahead, I think. Coming Jay, back in the pits again. He's having all sorts of trouble. Oh, his tyres are knackered. His paint's a bit as well. Can't look behind. If I could look behind, I could tell. I think that's Phil. Not sure. So it's going to be. would have to be a titanic battle between these two if they are actually going to fight for the win. They have 7.5 minutes in which to do it. It looks like our senior has the advantage though, because he's on much fresher soft rubber, whereas Travis is on worn mediums. I mean, it's lucky really for Travis, bad luck for TJ, but lucky for Travis that TJ, he didn't refuel for whatever reason. It might have been he forgot, it might have been that he didn't press the button hard enough, it might be that GT7 glitched again, because it's done that a few times where it doesn't refuel. I mean, we've seen GTS do it, GT7 does it much more. Yeah, definitely Phil. Phil's going well. I mean, he's not being caught fast, is he? He's not being caught fast at all. There we get the blue flags. And he's not in last, he's in 10th. He's actually only 11 seconds behind Pete from Poland. The blue flags are out. So, our senior pressing home his advantage in grip over Travis. Moomin back up to third. Actually, less than 5 seconds behind, and it looks like he's catching him up. He's certainly moving away from Drew, who's coming up on the Comet J to lap him. Oh, Jay's not seeming to understand the blue flag situation. This is all going to be helping Moomin keep that position. Oh, and he overcooks it, that back tyre, look at it. So, can Seb catch him up? Seb coming up to another back marker. Can Seb catch him up? Let's stay on board with Seb for a second. Seb will want to catch him up. He'll want that 4th position. I've got to say, Comet J wasn't super helpful in the blue flag situation. That's one of where the Super Dax is going to be super helpful as well. And we've got Muggelina there as well. My goodness, this could actually be a 3-way fight for 4th place. 4-way fight for 4th place. These 4, TJC, who's on quite fresh rubber, with only 4 minutes to go. Muggelina, Seb, and if they can catch him, Drew. Because his tyres are not in good condition, but Seb's tyres are in worse condition. Let's see how he gets around this corner. This one's got more grip, but you can see it sliding. Another big V8. Oh, he lost it, but he held it, just caught it. That was a tail slapper, not a tank slapper. So Drew seems to have kept a bit of an advantage with only 3 minutes to go. Oh, we caught it just in time to see Moomin go past Travis. He caught him up. I wanted to get back up there, but we had such a good... Muggelina's in the pits. Muggelina's in the pits, so that... Oh, let me just check. Is that because of fuel? Where's he gone? Is that because of fuel? Yes, it's because of fuel. Oh, gutting for him. So, as predicted, there was a possibility of Travis losing second place. Still, excellent result. Good set of tactics on a very hard-wearing circuit. Wrecking the tyres. Fast circuit. 32 laps. The fastest lap goes... Oh, the fastest lap's gone to TJC Gaming. So Drew has lost the fastest lap point. Remember, you get points for the top 3 in qualifying. You get a point for the fastest lap, and you obviously get points in the race itself. So how are we doing? Oh, Travis is on. Oh no. Travis is running out of fuel. I can imagine he won't be very happy. Yellow flag. Why is there a yellow flag? Why? Who's crashed? Somebody's spun or crashed or whatever around here. Yep. So Drew is 13 seconds behind. And he has plenty of fuel. Oh, but he's lost it again. Those tyres really are not helping him. TJC takes 4th. Seb is approaching fast. Muggelina's no longer in this fight because he had to come in for fuel. Seb is approaching fast, but his tyres, oh my goodness, he's got the fuel, but has he got the tyres? Drew's tyres are bad, but Seb's tyres are gone completely. They're almost entirely red on the right side of the car. TJC now with a comfortable lead over Drew, with tyres in pretty good condition for the point in the race. The last 30 seconds of this race. Oh, someone's at the side. I didn't see who that was. That must be where the yellow... It was Ian. I've been on board with Ian for... Oh, his tyres are gone as well. Again, plenty of fuel, but tyres, boom. I don't know whether that 20 be able to make up the 25 seconds. He's got a lot of speed. He's got a lot of speed. I want a final lap. The final lap. Will Travis be heaving a sigh of relief? So the race goes to our senior 3. Peter from Poland backwards has finished. Moomin takes 2nd. Awesome job by Moomin. Travis, PH47 VK, who I think was on pole or certainly top 2 positions, takes 3rd. He will be definitely heaving a sigh of relief because his fuel was gone. He couldn't have done another lap and he would have lost that. 4th goes to TJC Gaming, who was right up there at the beginning, and then also some stuff happened which we can have a quick look at. Drew takes 5th. Seb 6th. Muggelina coming in 7th. There we go. And then all the rest of them. So they're Pete from Poland. They call me Jay. 8th, 9th. 10th is Phil. 11th is Super Dax Viner, and 12th is Ian, because unfortunately he had a horrible spin. Yeah, Ian saying in Vines Racing's chat, the darn tyre. That's absolutely correct. Well done, everybody. That was fun. Oh, chest, stop it. Stop it. Save that replay. Moomin will be very pleased with that. He did a great job. Great job. Travis tried to one stop. Well, a lot of the people had tried to one stop, and the tyres just couldn't take it. Tyres just couldn't take it at all. Right. Okay. So Travis saying in the chat, I'll take 3rd with the one-stop strategy. It didn't really work. No, it didn't. But then again, you know, if you tried more stops, people tried more stops, and I mean, was it a one stop that our senior used? Something like that. Let's have a quick look. I don't think there's anybody watching, but let's have a quick look. No, only one. Well, I just personally want to find out. Where's it gone? My items. There it is. Better look around properly now as well. While that's doing that, I will just leave this useless party, which wasn't needed. Okay, replay. Right, so yes, Travis got the pole. Oh, right, okay, so R3 actually qualified third on the grid, and TJC was second. So that third position for TJC is one down from his qualifying. I don't know. Let's see, we were on board with TJC at the beginning. Let's go back a little. Let's go right to the back and just see what it all looks like from the back. Pete from Poland got a good start. Magdalena, not as good, but okay. Call me Jay, not so bad. Here we go. Right, that's the first corner from the position of Phil. Let's go further forward. I want to be on board with Seb, because Seb's start was what we can call Alonso-ish. Yeah, Simon, it was really good, and just watching the different tactics, because it was so hard on the tyres. You know, a few people tried one stop in, but it just so destroyed the tyres. And that series of corners, when you get the fast bankers, that particular one before the home straight, that one kills that back tyre and also just spins you around. And then there's the second, the left-hander in the just before the tunnel in the S-bend, which also spins if your back tyre's wrecked. So yeah, interesting to watch people try to cope with that, because there's some good drivers here today, and they really struggled. So let's watch this. Excellent start. Look at it. Look at that. Without even touching anyone, just weaving in and out. Super duper. So good. That's really, really good. Uh-oh, wrong one. So, we get to see what happened to TJC. It just is that corner. It was that corner again. Brilliant job, Moomin. Brilliant job. Super duper job, mate. You managed to get the right tactics, as well as, let's go back a little bit further. So we saw what happened there. You managed to get the right tactics along with a good bit of speed, and looking after your tyres is just awesome. Really, really good. So he's got the draft. He'd lost a couple of positions at the start, and then just no one hit him. He just, I don't know. It looked like he just lost the back end, or had to steer to avoid hitting someone, something like that. Anyway, who else did we want? I want to go on board with our senior, because his start was pretty epic. Not as good as Seb's. Seb's was just ridiculous. So you can see TJC lost a place to our senior. So did Travis, or at least he got right alongside him. That's a really good start. Travis's start wasn't quite so good. So you're seeing, there you go, there's Seb after his super massively ridiculous start with, I don't know, superpowers. And you got just, oh, what's going on there? And that's where TJC, let's just go back a little bit. Oh, there was a bit of a contact. No, he didn't. He wasn't avoiding anyone. He just overcooked it. Back end went, and there's the moving. Drew as well. And Drew, for a long time, just got the fastest lap. He just, I don't know, just pumped in one massively fast lap. Travis, oh mate. Yeah, great race there, pal. Great race. Very interesting watching you sort of take that pit stop and then eke out your fuel. I was a bit worried for you on that last lap. So you too stopped moving? Yeah, I thought you did. Just my brain. I thought you had. Just then I'm thinking, oh, but did you? Yeah, you did. It was interesting watching people trying to cope with the tyres just being completely obliterated. So, yeah. I'm not going to go through 40 minutes worth of stuff, but you saw TJ, because of that spin. Let's just go back a little bit and stay on board with him, because to end up right at the back, I don't think he ended up right at the back. Right, stay on board with him. Absolutely, Travis. And it looked like it was working. It definitely looked like it was working when all the others peeled into the pits and you were ahead. It was just that the gap and them wearing. But like I say, I was very worried for you. Very worried for you on that last lap. I bet you was thanking your lucky stars that it ended on that lap. Oh, okay, so it slid. He's back to 6th, but he's lost all his momentum. And there's all these cars right there who are all bish bash boshing each other. This is where he lost it again. Right, I wasn't sure. Yes, that's where we saw him come off. Didn't see him lose. Let's go back to Magdalena, because we were on board with I think it was Phil. So all this barging around, and it kind of looked like TJ might have been touched by another car, but he hadn't. It was just again losing it in the fight, first lap fight. So we've got some new people here, and they're super fast. It's no offence, Travis, but it's nice to see someone fight you. And you know, big word up for the DTR team, Mr. Moomin. Well done. I was tempted, Travis. Yeah, and as you just tyre wear, you know, the tyre wear. Right. Oh, what's going on here? Who was that? They call me Jay. Everyone's hitting everyone. Phil's hitting everyone. Jay's hitting everyone. Everyone's hitting everyone. Marvellous. Meanwhile, TJC's decided he's coming back through the field. We did follow him for a while. Did a great job to get back up there. I think he'll be pleased with 4th, after ending up at the back at the end of the first lap. Anyway, I'm going to stop that there. I don't think there's too much more we can really go into and look at, unless there's anybody watching who wants to have a look at something. Something about laggy and what the glitching and lagging and stuff like that. Yeah. Right, okay. Please tell Phil not to worry about the pit incident. There's a pit incident? Oh, when was that? What happened? I must have missed that. Anyway, what's time? This is amazing. It is 5:10. The race is usually scheduled to start at 4. As we know, sometimes it can go on a bit long, and it didn't. Awesome. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to say thank you for joining me. If there's nothing else anybody wants to see, I'm going to rest my voice a bit because I've got hours and hours and hours of commentary to do later. Join us, please, for the Scally Punk race, 3 million hour race in cars, no motorbikes, at Watkins Glen. It should be a lot of fun. It usually is, in aid of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. No problem, mate. No problem. Right, I will stop broadcasting there and say goodbye. See you later. 8 o'clock.